Directive Mr. Sorry.
So Mayor Kakeswari, you got your wish to be allocated in the waste about waste management.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think all have joined. We have we also have three joined. We have how many? We have Kakeswari, Manohara, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 mayors coming in, and I would like also to introduce Fabia here. She will be helping us with taking notes of your interventions and your input, Mayor. So you don't have to worry about navigating the notes and for the sessions. So for the scenario, let me just give you an idea. So after, this is a hypothetical cities where after years of insufficient waste management practices, you as a mayor were notified that, okay, your solid waste disposal system is overwhelmed. So in one side, you have these issues of solid waste disposal emergency, but you also have this, your city have a strong economic development that they bring in lots of jobs and attract new residential and commercial developments. But because of this influx comes too fast, you have large informal settlements with substandard housings and unsanitary conditions. So it leads to littering, illegal dumping throughout the cities. So part of your cities already suffer from these frequent garbage pileups, and these are often in the lower income areas, and it has a dire consequences to public health and environmental sustainability. Now the situation reached a critical tipping point. The waste overflows from the landfill as a threat to environmental integrity, pollution to your waterways, and also create ecological degradations in your cities. So the city needs urgent actions to address these failures of the waste management infrastructures and to mitigate health and environmental risks facing your community. So for this sustainable urban planning initiative and comprehensive waste management reforms are needed. But the questions from us is that we need you to which executive actions that would you take in addressing this crisis? That is first. And two, what kind of considerations that you need? What kind of informations that you need to make these decisions? Who will you engage in this process? And how will you determine immediate, midterm, and long-term actions? So we need to discuss these 4 questions, and then we report back to the plenary. So since we only have like around 20 minutes, I believe, I would like just to go through each of you. If you want to make the interventions, please just raise your hands or turn on your camera so that I can notice. With the intervention. How about starting with Mayor Kakeswari, please?
Yeah. Thank you, Mahesti, for the opportunity. I really become very happy to join this group here regarding the sustainable waste management systems that we need to go on with. As we all know that with the growing cities, the fast urban development process, there always becomes the waste management a very critical issues. And in our context also, we are also having the same kind of problems. And if we have to cope with such things, that I think first we have to come with some awareness program to the people that why we need to go for the sustainable solid waste management system. If we do not go, then what will be the adverse effects in our society and our health and environment, ecological, everything? We have to first make people understand about it. So the awareness is the first part I think we have to come with. And the next is that as we have to do this with the community, so we have to go to the very local community to discuss about the consequences and the practices that we have to go with. And for the better management, I think the segregation process and of the waste and the collection, very sound collection system, and uh, the very high tech, or I think very, the very systematic and scientific waste management system is needed. And um, we have to uh, come with some good policies, programs, and the investment also. Without the investment, we cannot come with the good technology and other things. That's why we have to work on every layers of the municipals, from the community to the board level, where we make decisions to invest on the solid waste management. And we have to come with the sound and scientific all technologies and other things. I think it's needed from community to the top level of management, policy levels. We have to work together, and
Thank
I'll
you
do
very
like that.
much. Yeah. Thank you very much. I think
Thank
I
you,
can see that you have prepared for this. Like, and so yes, I noted that awareness programs. This is one for the executive actions that is needed. Second one is engage local community in the process, and I think you also mentioned about collection and segregations, right?
Yeah.
Supported by systematic and scientific waste management system. So Fabia, can we put collections and segregations in the executive actions? Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I would like also to invite Mayor Ani, Dr. Ani, if she's around from Ampang.
Yeah, I'm here, Dr. Okitasari. Thank you for the opportunity to address the scenario exercise. Okay, what executive actions will you take as a mayor? Because of the overwhelm of the scenario is about let me check. Garbage piles ups they are often at the lowest income areas. So the first thing that I will take action is to first of all to understand what is the composition of the garbage. Is it a domestic garbage, or is it on the on the trees and everything, trees garbage, is garden garbage or whatnot. So first thing that I will do is actually to check the data on what types of rubbish there are. Second thing is how we are going to solve the problem by engaging with all the internal department, whether we can take immediate action, for example, to collect the rubbish, to get the engagement from other department and agency like the solid waste department, and also the councillors, because in our area we have 24 councillors that are actually taking care of their areas, get them to be involved, and then we will do collection first. Second is about maybe we can also collaborate with other department, maybe with the health department, public health department, and also with the solid waste department, and also maybe just to also create the WhatsApp group with the people just to make them understand what is the impact of garbage that can very harmful with impact with their health and everything. So maybe on the we will call for a meeting with the community and also with the all the department involved to get them to understand and also to assist us in order to combat the issue. The other thing is about long-term action. Maybe we can penalize them for not being so civilized with their ways, and also maybe we can teach them how to do the separation at source, you know, and teach them that rubbish is actually can be change, can be turned into also resources, and give them a few knowledge and information how when they segregate their rubbish, they can get some economic benefit from that. So so sorry, it's like here and there, but that is the things that can pop up in my mind right now. Maybe because it's not so structured, because because I cannot read what is the main issues actually. So thank you, Dr. Okitasari, for that.
No, not at all, Jokrani. I mean, like it's you can see like you were also thinking long term, where you were starting from your immediate, but you also think also like what kind of data needs that required for to make your decision. So it's really welcome. That.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. I see your hands.
Yes, thank you. I think so far we've had two very good interventions. What I would encourage you to do is get very specific on what executive actions you would like to take. So I see calling for a meeting. So that's certainly something that a mayor can do, is convene a community meeting. The other is collaborate with other departments. So what is it that a mayor will do to bring those departments together? Will you create a task force to address this crisis? Those kind of things. And then the issue of the information, the scientific basis for waste management, the composition of the volume of trash, the numbers or the volumes of trash, the composition. Will you commission a study? Will you direct a department to undertake a study? Those very specific few actions are within the control of the chief executive. A lot of what's being said is very useful information, but what we'd like you to do is kind of drill down a bit more into what, as a mayor, you will do to address the issue. Who will you convene? What information will you direct is developed or gathered, and then how will you bring them all together? Thanks.
Yeah. Correct. Because it's very spontaneous. The way I'm thinking about, because we need more information on the case, like where is the location, which part of the which area is it in the low cost housing, or where it on the landed area. So these things will actually will guide us, or will direct us to make a strong decision. But first thing first is actually to get the real data, the information, the specific the problem statement of the things.
Thank you. I saw hand rise from Mayor from Mandi. Mayor Surender Sarma, are you there? Your hand is raised.
Thank you for letting us say. We just want to make some small points in addition to the points already discussed over here. So waste management is the issue which we have been facing for a long, and what we are trying here to cope with this issue, So that's what we want to share with you. First of all, the core issue which we are focusing upon is segregation of waste at source. So this is the only root cause which we found that it's a main cause, which is creating a huge mess at the end at dumping site, or we can say the processing site. So if we address what we think that if we address this core issue, then we would be able to change whole scenario of waste management in our city. So first of all, we would like to focus our strategy upon the changing of behavior among its residents. So segregation of waste would be the very first point which we want to address. And we'll do extensive use of IEC and BCC tools, information education towards behavior change communication tools, so that the people get to know what is the importance of segregation at their household level. And if we receive the segregated waste at our scientific processing sites, then major issues will be addressed, and the cost of processing the waste will be saved. Simultaneously, after using this IEC and BCC tools, will then next move for the advocacy of this whole sanitation management among the industry partners, public sector units, private sector units, so that we can get the support from policymakers or the law-abiding agencies that the sanitation is an important issue, and we want to make a priority among all policies or action plans. Either it will be with the private agencies, either it will be industrial houses, that sanitation should be kept in their core areas. Then if we see the technological interventions as and when required at processing sites, like recently it was discussing that the transportation, the collection, it all needs technological intervention. So for this, we will replicate the successful technologies from adjoining states, adjoining countries, which can help us to spare the cost as well as to maintain the overall environment status of the city. Then after, when everything from our side will be kept in focus for maintaining the sanitation standards, if there would be any issue we will find, we'll also use the panel provisions as mentioned in our Municipal Corporation Act. So we'll try to slightly use them also to make people aware and to give them a small lesson that this is the issue, and we all are engaged to counter this issue for the benefit of overall society. And then comes with capacity building of the implementation agencies, capacity building of the ward sanitation committees, which are the inevitable part of Municipal Corporation Act. And these committees were formed with the agenda that these committees will will plan the sanitation management issues and submit their suggestions as well as reports to the main house of the municipal corporation. Likewise, we have some academic agencies like IITs, universities surrounding to our cities. We'll definitely try to establish cross-learning platforms with them to get more and more recent technologies, recent strategies from these agencies to counter with this sanitation issues. So that's what we could try in short spell of time to submit or to supplement your initiative. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Just to narrow down on your executive actions, the first one would be to call for enhanced public awareness and educations, and then also to foster partnership, and especially with the regard to sanitation management. Is that okay? Okay. So I saw Sri, your hands is up. And then we take from Mayor from Turbine, please.
Great. Thank you, Dikasari. I think we are covering mostly the short-term ones, whereas focus is more on community awareness and also the segregation. But you see, if you look at the functional elements of the waste management, starting from the source, collection, transfer, transport, disposal, and treatment, right? So what we have been witnessing in most cities in South Asia and Southeast Asia, on an average, the city hall is spending close to 60% of the total revenues on the waste management. So I would suggest, what is the mayor's vision in lowering the 60% to, let's say, 20%? What is the vision? It can be different in different cities. And to achieve that vision, all what you are mentioning here, forcing or kind of educating people on the change behavior and also segregation, because 60% of the waste that is reaching to the landfill sites do not need to be transported, do not need to be collected. It can be recycled, reused, reduced, right? So I think you have to look at the whole life cycle of it so that you really come up with some long-term actions and also putting some solid foundations now in terms of, as I think one mayor has mentioned about the composition of waste. It's very important to understand the composition and characteristics of waste to see how much of it can be recycled, reused, reduced, and also cut down from the transport. So very important. Then one of the most negligent factor, because the common people in the city or even the visitors do not really see, is about the treatment. The landfills in most parts of Asia are either crude open dumping sites to maximum controlled dumping sites. Very seldom you will come across with a sustainable landfill site with a leachate treatment. And also, the methane reduction. So this is linked to the whole climate change that we talked about. You will see all that, efforts of climate change is all about reduction of carbon emissions. But if you see the danger or the kind of impact of methane on the climate is much more multifold than the actual carbon emission. So I would like to request the remaining time can be better utilized on addressing that, the long-term vision, especially on how do you reduce the burden of the revenues at the same time on the treatment. Thank you.
Yes, we have like around 1 or 2 minutes left. So I would actually to take your suggestion to Mayor of Turbat. So mayors, how would you respond to what Sri has said just now with regard of long-term and strategies? Mayor, please.
Thank you. First of all, I think we do have a council, so we need to use our council to pass a bill regarding, regarding waste management. So after that, we can ban plastic or which are prohibited, and after the debates, all the councillors, we can ban harm and prohibited materials which are being used by domestic households or shopkeepers. So first of all, I had to make an addition with we must onboard our council to which is our house. So after that, awareness program, as you said earlier, and we also must need to engage with trade unions and market unions, because most of the waste also come from there. And after on point 3, the collection of garbages, the waste with waste management department, with the support of councillors, we can engage our councillors in wage collection with waste collection to the dumping sites, and we can also impose law if any household or a shopkeeper if they don't obey the law, we can make fine on that. and we can use the fine and other ban something which can be discussed in which will be passed from the assembly, so we can use that as well. And we must need to look at that in long term policy. We should not look at that cause as a immediate base. Yes, we need to use it as immediately cleanly, because it's emergency situation as you build up this scenario. But we want to build this program for the further long term plan. And for this, I think we must need to go through our assemblies and debate this there, and we should finalize it from there.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Turbat. We only have like I think 1 minute left. So
Can I share
May-
what we have in
yes.
our place? We have we call it anaerobic digester as a machine where we can collect all the food waste from the business outlet. We collect it and we put in our anaerobic digester machine. Then it turn it to a fertilizer, and we give it back all this fertilizer to the urban garden.
Okay.
For urban community garden
So-
in our area. Maybe I can share with these people about the food waste that can be actually changed into fertilizer. We have the anaerobic digester machine as well.
So it's also good for long-term actions, and because it needs time to prepare for this system to go through. I think in my last 30 seconds, I just wanted to ask any volunteers to report back to the plenary. Any of you wanted to report back what we found from these discussions? Like, so who would like to do so on behalf? Okay, Mayor from Turbat.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
I have learned a lot from this discussion, because it's a very long chart, and it will certainly help me to collect garbage and dispose it off. Thank